This is Alexander Playtime Williams of
What's up, world? This is
PlaytimeCares.com.
Alexander Playtime Williams of PlaytimeCares.com. Doing my Raw recap. That was the Raw from April 13th, 2015. This one took place in London, UK, at the O2 Arena. And you had your normal commentators. You had JBL, Michael Cole back from his um, neck surgery and injury from Brock Lesnar, and Booker T. So the U.S. champ kicked off the show, John Cena. He was booed heavily. I loved it. Thank you, UK, for that. Um, the Cena, John Cena sucks. That chant kept raining through the arena. That was pretty cool. So John Cena did the open challenge, which Bad News Barrett, um, he accepted it, and I mean the crowd went crazy. I mean, he a hometown favorite, so of course. So he had a lot of thank you, Barrett chants, and Barrett was like, I didn't even do nothing yet. Let me let me wrestle first. He was real good with the crowd, and pretty slow paced match, pretty predictable. Uh, the in ring skills was kind of low, so they pretty much had to have both people do finishing moves on each other and then have the people kick out at you in order to really get the crowd into it. So, it wasn't really all that. There really wasn't that good of a match. 6 out of 10 for the match. Cena wins. Lana comes out and announced that at the Extreme Rules that the match versus Cena would be um, a Russian chain match or something like that. And Rusev come and attack Cena from behind and knock him out. Um, the open Cena challenge was kind of poorly written because you already told us 2 weeks ago that Rusev was going to do his rematch against Cena for Extreme Rules, which means that Cena won't lose before that. Really, no real convincing on that one. So, I mean, Cena doing the open challenge is really pointless, but I won't harp on that. Let's see what else they did. They wanted to show how the Extreme Rules Championship match came to be. So they showed that. It was a recap of that. And then the Divas Battle Royal came away with the Bella Twins on commentary. All the Divas got in the ring. Of course, the last person that they're going to let come out is Paige. And, of course, her hometown, keep in mind, I'm saying hometown, but I mean, they're really like 2 to 3 hours away. Most of the people, it's close enough. It's Texas close. Um, the crowd went crazy. Um, I was actually surprised with the final four that they allowed, the final four divas they allowed in the ring. That was Naomi, Cameron Page, and Alicia Fox. That was surprising. If you watch wrestling enough, if you listen to my commentary enough, you know why it's surprising. But the final two ended up being Paige and Naomi, which I thought was the right choice. Um, Ending was kind of weak. I mean, Naomi got eliminated on a drop kick to the stomach, and she rolled out of the ring to the outside and got eliminated. That was weak as hell. They could have written that way better. Um, so it's going to be Paige versus Nikki Bella for Extreme Rules for the championship match. Byron Saxton interviews Paige, and Paige give a really passionate interview about how she came to rise in the WWE and about how she was wrestling in barns and stuff like that beforehand, which that was really cool. I like that. I like Paige a little bit more for saying that type of stuff. Like I like Ryback when he gave his background a few months back. And then out of nowhere, probably the best writing of the evening, Naomi attacked Paige and like whooped her. So it was like, wow, did Naomi just turn heel? Probably the best writing they had of the evening. So then Bray Wyatt, he came on and did another cryptic, you know, story about who he's gonna, take over and all that type of stuff, and saying he the new face of fear. Didn't say who he's concentrating on now. So you got that going. Well, then you got the Lucha Dragon versus the Ascension. Just further proof that you need to bring back the cruiserweight division. I mean, the Ascension don't really have the in-ring presence that, the Lucha Libre style brings to the table in terms of just in-ring wrestling ability. So it was a lot of high-flying action. Too short of a match, though. Uh, the Lucha Dragons ended up doing a really quick win. That match was about a 7 out of 10. Diva Battle Royal actually was about a 7 out of 10 as well. But I mean, the ending was weak on that, and then the Lucha Dragon match was too short. So, I'm starting to get kind of disgusted with Raw. Then Booker T interviewed Roman Reigns. He got mixed reactions from the crowd. Suplex City chants kind of let you know how they still kind of like Brock Lesnar. You might want to end the Brock Lesnar suspension thing. I know he doesn't wrestle much. Make him wrestle a little bit more, WWE. Um, Asked about his mental health after the loss. Reigns said that he's mentally healthy, physically healthy. He ready to go back in the championship hunt. Booker T mentioned that he got screwed by uh, Big Show last week, which could have gotten him in a championship hunt. Then, the crowd started saying thank you, Big Show. So lets you know Roman Reigns still haven't gotten over. Um, Roman Reigns pretty much called the Big Show the B word. He did call him the B word. It rhymed with itch. And Big Show interrupts Roman Reigns on the Titantron, on a Jumbotron, and pretty much told him, you know what, I'm going to make sure that every time you try to rise up, I'm going to mess it up. Then the crowd start chanting boring. And then Roman Reigns told him that if he keep interfering with him, he gonna end up cramming the Andre the Giant trophy down his throat. And then Reigns, pretty much get out the ring and goes up to the ramp. Big Show surprise attack him. You sold out chants start raining down in the stadium. Big Show pretty much brutalizes Roman Reigns at that point. They had the car up on the stage, and he just dented up that car with Roman Reigns' body, side and top, pretty decent. Then you had Randy Orton versus Cesaro, and what's on the line was Orton gets the pick a stipulation for the Extreme Rules match, and that match was real slow. Ugh. Nothing special about the match. You had Cesaro with Tyson Kidd, his tag team partner, they're the tag champs, and Natalya on the side. Essentially, um, Tyson Kidd interferes and he wins by DQ. So Kane comes out like, nah, we can't end a match like that. That's kind of sucked. Randy Orton, you have to do a handicap match against them both. I mean, that's a good thing because that match prior was about 6 out of 10. And so you got Randy Orton versus the tag team champions. They kind of picked up the pace a little bit. It kind of went medium pace. It's pretty decent match. Long story short, Randy Orton hit the RKO on Tyson Kidd. He won it, and that led to Kane and J&J Security looking at the match with Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins looking at Kane and looking at him stupid, and he's like, "Look, I'm blaming you for allowing Orton to even be in this match, and now he's gonna be able to do a stipulation." Kane had made a match that Rollins would fight Dolph Ziggler for the night, and Rollins like, "No, I'm not fighting Ziggler. I'm not taking a chance." So you're gonna give me a cupcake match, somebody that's gonna actually lay down and allow me to win. So he pointed to Jamie, and J&J Security was like, "Look, it's gonna be you." And Jamie was like, "Nah, I'm not doing it. It's Kane's fault that everything happening." So Rollins like, "You know what? Yeah, you're right. It's your fault. You're gonna get in the ring. You're gonna do what's best for business. Otherwise, we're gonna call Stephanie and Triple H, and you're gonna lay down in the ring." So Kane gets kind of upset and just walks away. Then you have Adam Rose versus Dean Ambrose. Quick match. Nothing special happened. Dean Ambrose win. About a 6 out of 10 match. Horrible. Uh, then they have a cutaway to Kane getting talked to about what's best for business by the Big Show, which, of course, from earlier, you heard him chanting, "You sold out." Big Show was like, "Look, you got to do what you got to do to save your career, man. Go ahead and just lay down." So, yeah. So you get back to the ring. You got Stardust versus Fandango. And another quick match. Nothing really special about it. A lot of Cody chants, and Stardust played off of that with the crowd pretty well. Stardust ended up winning it. Fandango ended up dumping the lady that was out there with him. What's her name? Rosa or something like that. Ended up dumping her and say he had to share his dance with all of the world. So he gets up on top of the announcer's table and start doing this little thing, start doing this little hip roll and all that type of stuff, and start doing it. Dun, dun. And so trying to bring that back. Um, Remind me of the Lucha Dragons. I wonder if they got that from Fandango back in the day when Fandango was hot. His little skit was hot. So he did another cutaway. It was Daniel Bryan going to Kane. It was like, look, man, you lost your way, man. You used to be the big red monster, and now you just bruh, come on, man. So that was getting the Kane. He got pissed off and yelled in Brian's face. He was like, whatever. I mean, you soft now. Pretty much was pulling his hood card. So next match was, of course, Seth Rollins versus Kane, J&J Security and Toe. And, Seth Rollins pretty much was telling Kane, look, lay down, let me win. And you sold out chance. Keep going out because Kane takes a knee. And Kane lay down, you sold out chance is coming, boom, boom, boom. Rollins get on top of him. 1, 2, 3. Nope, not 3. Boom, Kane sit there and flip Rollins off. Woo. So now the crowd going crazy. Oh man. And so Rollins start begging. Kane is, about to just light into him. And, J&J Security gets in the ring and Kane toss him out. Rollins started begging even more. Kane got the fist balled up, fist in the air, and his arms start going slower the more that Rollins is begging. Crowd chanting, no, because they want to see Kane whoop him. Rollins, once his hand go down enough, Rollins get comfortable, get off his knees, and start telling him, "Oh, you need to lay down," and all that. So Kane grab him and chokeslam him. Boom! Crowd go nuts. Then he starts signal for the tombstone power driver. Crowd go bananas. And then he stopped. And then he lay down and he put unconscious Rollins on top of him. 1, 2, 3. Rollins gets his win. Kane leaves out the ring. J&J Security check on Rollins. That's pretty decent. It's about 7 out of 10, if you want to call that a match. Then you had The Miz versus Mizdow. Another match that was pushed entirely too quickly. Not enough build-up, not enough meaning behind it. The Mizdow had Summer Rae accompany him to the ring. They did the whole glasses and undressing theatrics. Of course, they booed Miz, they cheered Mizdow. It was a really weak match. It was a quick match. Mizdow won a pretty uneventful match, about a 6 out of 10. Then the Primetime Players cut a promo slamming another person. Of course, it was the New Day first. And then it was the Ascension. This time they turned to Los Matadores with El Torito. It was actually a pretty decent jab at him. They pretty much said that, they kind of lost their culture because one of the, Los Matadores is Puerto Rican. He's like, when you ever seen a bullfighter in Puerto Rico? Go ahead, let me know. And I thought it was real cool that Darren Young, he came out of the closet. For you that don't know, he's homosexual, he's gay. He liked men's. He came out of the closet a little bit back. So, when they pulled up their version of El Torito, the little bull, it was like a rainbow teddy bear where they glued like some funnels or something on top of his head. And Darren Young was like, well, the rainbow is like my favorite or something like that. And they looked at each other, and I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, especially considering that this is a testosterone-driven show, I think it's cool to actually, let people know, look, accept everybody. So that was cool. And it's not like the WWE doesn't have in all wrestling, don't have a long-standing tradition of, the flamboyant, perceivably homosexual wrestlers. Some of the biggest crowd drawers. So I thought it was cool for him to do that. Next thing was Ryback versus Luke Harper. I like both of these people, but I mean, it was a slow match, and pretty much it was a quick match. It wasn't that quick of a match, not quicker than the other ones, but Luke Harper pretty much ended the match too quickly. Used a foreign object to hit Ryback, got disqualified, so Ryback won that one. 6 out of 10 match. Dean Ambrose music hits. He runs in the ring, go attack Luke Harper. Luke Harper, escapes out the crowd. Really nothing. Brian Saxton, he interviewed Naomi about her attack on Paige, and Naomi was like, "Look, it ain't got nothing to do with Paige. It ain't got nothing to do with me not liking England or nothing like that. It's about me." Here, I was on the same show as AJ Lee on NXT, and here AJ Lee got all of these opportunities. Plus, she retired as of a couple of days ago. And where am I? I beat the Divas champ twice, and we still have a number one contender match. And now I don't even have a shot at the belt. Tired of waiting for people to give me opportunities. I'm taking them. That was pretty much the gist of what she said. I love a heel Naomi, and I love for the New Day to become heel, and I love all of those cats. Hell, matter of fact, put the primetime players in there too. They become heel. Start a new Nation of Domination. That'd be cool. Usos that bring on drama with the tag team division, because the Usos, Naomi married to Jay. So I mean, it got all kind of angles, writers, all kind of angles you can take with it. Dolph Ziggler issued an open challenge, which Neville ended up accepting. That's going to be my match of the night. That was a pretty decent match, 8 out of 10. Just tell you that straight up. Still shows that they need a cruiserweight, because I mean, as good as Dolph Ziggler is, Neville has so many moves. I mean, you need that lucha libre style to complement him. Didn't know Neville was from 3 hours away from where they were wrestling, so he got a lot of pop too. Really good match. Crowd was into it. They did a lot of high impact, eye candy moves for the crowd. A lot of cool stuff, moonsaults and stuff like that. Neville did a really cool, kind of 360 splash thingy off of the guardrail, so that was pretty cool. Really back and forth match. Dolph Ziggler ended up doing like a counter strike and ended up nailing the zigzag for the win. And then out of nowhere, Sheamus came and attacked Dolph Ziggler and Neville and pretty much brutalized Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler fought back for a little bit, but Sheamus ended up throwing him into the steel post and then broke kicking him. It's a wrap. And then they decided to do the conditions for the Extreme Rules for Seth Rollins and Randy Orton. And Seth Rollins had some lazy boys for him and J&J Security, so they sitting there just chilling, in the lazy boys, feet kicked up. And Rollins called Kane a real man for doing what it took to actually get him that win and that victory. And then he calls out Randy Orton. And Rollins said that his stipulation for Extreme Rules is that Randy Orton can't use the RKO. Pretty smart. So Randy Orton said, well, you've been relying on people so much, to whereas my stipulation is that you won't be able to rely on them. It's going to be a steel cage match. And then Randy Orton pretty much attacked everybody. Rollins slips out the ring. J&J Security end up getting whooped on, and that's a wrap. Well, hey, I understand, WWE, that you was out in England. You wanted to give the people a lot of different superstars. Man, the match was too quick. Overall, it was a bad show. You had some good highlights in it, like the Naomi angle. But, writers work on it. You need a cruiserweight division, and you need to actually make all of the belts matter. I'm just saying. Right now, you're not utilizing your talent properly. Hey, y'all can follow me, playtimecares.com. You can donate to the cause, give me better equipment, whatever the case may be. Hey, comment on my stuff. Whether it's a middle finger, a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you call me, stupid, crazy, whatever, I don't care. Just comment. I like the dialogue. Look for me soon to have a talk show. All that type of stuff. Keep up with me. Playtimecares.com. Peace.